Sharon Bovat, Virginia. Arlington County is going to rename the Jefferson Davies Highway into Richmond Highway. I've got a couple comments about that. Well, you see, they don't want to have Arlington, Virginia. They do not want to have this highway where Amazon is going to be. This is the highway towards Reagan National Airport. And they don't want it to have the name of a white supremacist Confederate person. And I don't blame them, because Amazon, a lot of the people did not want to come here because of the fact that they think people in Virginia were racist. A lot of the intellectual property, they were upset about the lack of the marijuana laws are really tough in Virginia. They think that Virginia is a backward state. I disagree with them. I have fought for Virginia. I was at Booz Allen when I found out Amazon was coming here over a year ago. I was doing Toastmasters there, not working there, but I was doing Toastmasters at their corporate headquarters. And I ended up buying 5 pieces of real estate. And then when I heard Amazon might not come to Virginia because people internally did not want to come to Virginia, and I believe that's why they chose New York City, which was really stupid, not knowing the progressive loons that are in New York City. Anyways, what they have done now is they did bring Amazon over to Virginia. They nixed New York, and now Amazon is going to keep some of the jobs in Washington State, and I hear that they're going to go across some bridge into this other part of Washington and take over some leases there because it's just too congested in the Seattle area. Because people do not and still think that we're a little bit racist, so let's change the name of our highway. Let's not change the governor who wore blackface. Seriously. The governor that did the blackface, okay, is still our governor. And he's apologized. You know why? Because he wants to stay governor. But I want to say something. If you change the name of the, it was really kind of, the sign says Jeff Davies, because they don't want people to know who it is, but everybody knows who it is, right? So now they're going to change it to the Richmond Highway, which is really, really not creative. It's like a stupid name, because Richmond is like the name of Richmond, Virginia. So, to call the street that goes through Arlington instead of the Jefferson Davies Highway to now call it the Richmond Highway, there's no creativity there. What did you do? Get some, guy out of a cube in the middle of a government office and say, hey, what should we name this thing? Let's make it creative. Let's call it the Snuffleupagus Express, or let's call it the we're not racist, yet we keep our formerly racist, black-faced wearing governor. I think we should call it the Hypocrisy Express. Well, we can't call it the Hypocrisy Express because traffic here has been really slow lately, and this is even before Amazon has come. So why don't we call it the Hypocrisy Freeway? And I call it a freeway because I'm just praying to God they don't put a toll on that one too. Because I hate tolls, especially in Virginia. They've got these Lexus lanes, which basically is they were supposed to be electric car lanes, but then they didn't have the electric car boom like we thought we did, although Terry McAuliffe, the former governor, who's friends with Jeff Bezos, he did a lot of electric car deals, with Mississippi, with Governor Haley Barbour, who, I heard Haley Barbour was like, he's kind of out of the loop because he kind of had to fight off some, he could have been prosecuted. Haley Barbour in Mississippi, Google it, electric car, picture of Haley Barbour, Terry McAuliffe, and Bill Clinton. They were involved with an EV scam in Mississippi that went bankrupt, and now the Mississippi people are going to be suffering. And that'll lead to bond debt. And then Stephen Moore, who's one of President Trump's financial guys, told me that would help lead us into the next recession, which won't be that bad because Trump is bringing jobs back to America. So as long as we have jobs and keep interest rates low, all the debt from Obama's green stimulus. Oh, green. Everybody wants the Green New Deal. Well, Obama had a Green New Deal, and that Green New Deal is going to drive us into debt, into a recession, because that Green Deal from Obama in 2010, a lot of the counties, cities, and municipalities and corporations took out bond debt. Well, now we've got $697 billion of bonds that are not going to, they're junk. Okay, they're crap. And the reason why we need Stephen Moore to be in the Fed. Now, Herman Cain, all I can think of is 999, 999. Okay, Herman Cain is a decent dude. But you know what? Stephen Moore is brilliant. So, anybody has a problem with Herman Cain, at least he doesn't wear blackface in college. Well, okay, he's black. But you know what? He's a smart man. And he's common sense. So, you know what, Herman Cain, I don't know if he really qualifies for the Fed, but Stephen Moore, he does. So anybody that gives this bullshit that says Stephen Moore is not qualified, this man is a genius. And he understands about the recession that will be coming, and he's going to help minimize it. He is an amazing advisor to our president. Like him or hate him, President Trump is our president, so deal with it. You know what? And you're going to have to learn how to deal with it for about 5.5 years because the Democrats have shit for candidates. And I say shit for candidates because the candidates, they're recycling Bernie, they're recycling Biden, they're recycling, you know the one candidate that I like? Okay, Amy Klobuchar. I'm a moderate. Okay, so like the one candidate that I could see as kind of like I could identify with, the Democrats hate. I mean, the Democrats actually hate. And I see her as a few steps to the left of Nikki Haley. And I like Nikki Haley. But I'm a moderate. Okay, I'm voice of a moderate, and I'm going to start blogging again soon, and I'm working on my new website. But I'm in the Mueller report, well, just a little bit. You see, I had talked to people, the FBI. This was way before the 2016 election about Klein Preston, and he was the lawyer. He was my lawyer, and he was hired by Torsion. And it's a long story short, but I was told that Klein was basically representing Russia and not me. And this is when I was whistleblowing about Nissan, and Carlos Ghosn, the CEO of Nissan, who I was whistleblowing about being corrupt, is now in jail. So Carlos Ghosn is in jail. Klein Preston, get this, I found out he's an FBI informant. So the FBI knew, or very high levels of the FBI, they knew that this whole Russian probe was crap because they knew that Russia was tampering with the elections all the way back to 2012, 2013, 2014. So we got 2 elections before the big election. So if anybody wants to say that Trump colluded, bullshit. Anyways, I am basically, because my lawyer Klein was the one that brought Torsion, who was Maria Butina's handler. That is how I am. These little peeps in the report, but I'm all blacked out. Okay, can't see me. You will never see me. I am just a reliable intelligence source, and you know what? I'm more than okay with that. But I can say that Maria Butina was questioned by the FBI. Klein Preston played a major role in Torsion, Maria's handler. The Torsion is the guy, remember the NRA and the little field trip to Moscow? Okay, we're not talking about it. You know why we're not talking about it? Because some people did something that was kind of stupid. They went to Russia. They thought they could be friends with Putin. Well, you can't be friends with Putin because he's the enemy, okay? Especially if you want to run the American government. We need people like President Trump. Trump was not involved with Putin. You know why we know this? Because he's still president today. Had there been anything to implicate President Trump, it would have come out. And I was told by somebody at the FBI that had he had Putin connections, it would have come out because they did this extensive background check when he got the post office that he turned into the Trump Hotel in D.C. Okay, I am totally off track. The whole point of this video was to talk about the Jefferson Davis Highway that they're going to rename the Richmond Highway, that I think is stupid because the people in Virginia look like hypocrites, because we should have been voted for Ed Gillespie because Ed Gillespie never wore blackface. Oh, you know what? And he never cheated on his wife. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's awesome. Love her. So I think Ed Gillespie Highway. Let's either do it that, or if we want to say, we could call it the Jeff Bezos, we love you because you're bringing jobs highway, or the Snuffleupagus Express, or the Ronald Reagan Highway, because it leads to Ronald Reagan Airport. Although I heard that the Dems or the Amazon people, they want to change Reagan Airport to National Airport. But if they do that, I'm going to be lying out in the runway saying over my dead body because Ronald Reagan was an awesome president. I worked for his people. His people trained me. And they taught me to stand up for what is morally right. And what's morally right is that if we're going to change the name of this highway, we cannot be hypocritical and have a governor that did embarrassing things. So what we need to do, and I mean, I have done embarrassing things, but I haven't run for governor, okay? And if I ran for governor, my embarrassing shit from my past would never include blackface, because I think that's just wrong. And I thought that was wrong in the 80s. And that is when the governor of Virginia did it. You know, anybody that did something like that in the 80s is, in my mind, morally not capable of representing me, which is okay because I live in Florida. Because my Obamacare premiums are so high, I have to be in Florida at least 6 months a year because I cannot afford to pay state taxes because I make about $70 and my Obamacare premium expected out of pocket are $25,000 a year. Oh yeah, but that's health insurance and that's another topic. Today's topic is the Jefferson Memorial Highway that's being renamed Richmond, that I just want to call it the Hypocrisy Express. You have a great day.